Testing, testing. Okay. Let me fix my audio real quick. I don't know why it takes so long to start up. Same with OBS. Was instant once upon a time, but there it is. Okay. And let's actually turn off this and run the game. Okay. So let's do a quick run while I go over the changes. Actually, the first change is right here. It's the help menu that if I open let me give you some sound. So in the landing menu, there's a help menu now. If I open that, then it will teach you the basics. It'll go over how the game is played, that is in runs, and where they start, and yeah, how things move, what some things mean, and how you can learn about everything else, and yeah, about the monsters. So there are about, I think, 31 slides, and yeah, you can go back and forth with these on these. And yeah, I think that should be a good introduction for people not initiated with the roguelike gameplay, and also how because this game has a different kind of run in that the runs are all on the overworld, on a fixed world, in a fixed world. So that's all explained there. Yeah. I did a lot of balancing changes, and I'm not sure if the game has gotten easier, but I did runs yesterday. It took me about 8 runs to finish the game, which is easier than before. Still pretty hard, but yeah, I might have to tweak some knobs in the other direction again. But I have one in mind that I might change again. So yeah, what did I do since the last stream? That was 2 days. So I re-enabled weapon scaling, which means there are now +1 weapons in the game. And what that changes is, first of all, you have access to stronger weapons, which makes the game easier. but also you have now obsolete weapons. So you now have weapons that you have to change, that you have to swap out. So that's the core was the problem the game had, I found, was that there's not really a reason to enter dungeons once you are geared up. So that removes that problem, because you'll have to go into dungeons to get the +1 weapons. And another thing I changed, actually 2 other things that are related to that, is weapons are now found in varying degrees of durability. So you won't find pristine weapons all the time, or basically never. They will always have some kind of degradation, which makes it so that you have to weigh the same weapon type, but let's say you carry a sword with 50% durability, and you open the chest and there's another sword in it, but it only has 20% durability. So there's now a complication of what weapons you can find, which is a good thing. And I also made it that shields degrade faster, because they basically never broke. They now break about as fast as the other weapons. So yeah, so these all 3 things combined make the weapon handling and collection more interesting, I think, and keep it interesting into the second part of the game, which previously there was no real struggle to have good gear, but now there is. But that gear is also stronger. Yeah, then I made the ramp of the monster strength a bit less steep across the path, which is the thing I might revert. That just means that monsters get faster, slower. But I'll revert that maybe. Then I made I changed some things with the hunger warning so that it's more, it shows you, it gives you an earlier warning. That's a small change, but I think it's better now. And as you can see here, the cocoons now burst if you get near them. That's another change. Because they were basically just obstacles that you had to cut down and then something would jump out of it or not. But now, if you're unlucky, a spider will walk past a couple of cocoons and basically free all the hatchlings inside. And then you have a horde of them running at you. So that's pretty cool. And it doesn't increase the difficulty very much. It's just it makes the gameplay more interesting. And yeah, there was a bug where the weapon special attacks. So with a axe, with an axe, you have a special attack that procs sometimes. That will attack everything around you, and that crossed elevation levels. So I fixed that. Same for the spear. And yeah, that was just a small bug fix. Then I made the enemy spawn health less random. That's really not dramatic. It was every enemy that spawns has a chance to spawn with reduced health, but that's just 20% or so at max, and I reduced it to 10. So the enemy health is more predictable now, but they are also slightly stronger now. Yeah, then a very important one with all the hatchlings. I prevented double sounds from playing, so imagine 5 hatchlings spawning at once from the cocoons. They would all make the aggro sound, and that would accumulate and be much louder than it should be. So that was an easy fix, and overall it makes the volume of the game more predictable, which is good. Where am I walking to? Walking backwards? Don't think so. Yeah, and I also had, in the runs I did yesterday, about 10 runs. Each time the first chest I opened was empty. And I'm really suspicious of that. No idea why it happens. If it's just bad luck, or if there's a bug. But I looked at the code and I didn't see anything that would cause that. So yeah, but I'm keeping an eye on that. Yeah, then I put rare supplies, I call it, in the chests. That are the rare supplies are the buffing potions, so they drop from chests now as well. And that is to, yeah, make the chests more interesting. Okay, shard. Yeah, I added a yellow flash on level up, because leveling up was pretty uneventful. You'd miss it half the time, or all the time. So the screen flashes yellow now, which is should help a bit, at least, in seeing that. And I mean, there's nothing you have to do when you level up, so it's not that critical that you know. But yeah, it was a bit sad that you missed it half the time. And then I added more varied death messages. So there, it always said skeleton died jackal died, zombie died, but I created a pool of different messages, as you can see down there. And they are not perfect. One problem it still has is that the if something is squished by a boulder, it doesn't tell you it's squished. It still uses the standard messages, but I'll fix that. But yeah, it has different messages for different monsters if needed. For example, the skeletons. They don't slump or topple, they just break or shatter. And so the goal of this is that it just makes the world a bit more atmospheric. And yeah, gives you a clue as to what happens, actually. And then yesterday, I decided that medicine should actually also cure blindness, mostly because I was walking around with a lot of medicine at the end of runs, so that gives it another use. And also, being blind is not fun, actually. You just stand around until it's over. Yeah, and then I also I'm sorry. I also added, where was that? Oh, that was actually the day before. On stream, yeah. So I added sound effects and screen effects on ledge jumping, which I can demonstrate here. So if I jump across, the skeleton doesn't just disappear, also it gets crushed. Same for stones, boulders, I mean. And that should, yeah, it's been reported twice or 3 times now as a bug that they just disappeared. And this should make it clear that this is intended. And I might revisit this in the future and make the jump push the enemies away instead of crushing them. But yeah, if I drag this, can I do that? Kind of. If I drag this across and then jump on it, it breaks as well. And then yeah, that was last stream where I added the markers to the path stones. Where you can basically read how far you are into the path. There are 9 tiles surrounding the path stone right here. And you can see there are 3 different of these inscriptions, let's call it. surrounding the stone, so this means I'm at path stone number 3. And yeah, at path stone number 4 there would be 1 extra here. So that gives you a clue how far you are, which I thought was kind of bad that it's that you couldn't tell. I mean, you could kind of tell with which monsters you encountered, but yeah, it's more obvious now. But yeah, actually, I'm thinking about removing the path stones, or at least not giving them this big of a role in the game. So I'm thinking about moving the charms into the chests or into extra containers. Great, I saw that coming. So that they're randomized. I mean, I like the cadence of having the charms delivered basically in knowable steps, but it also takes away a bit of the chaos. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about that. So yeah, yesterday I went outside a bit and so it didn't work on the game much. Did some work, but great. But what did happen is when I came back, I sat down and worked on the bigger picture of the game, and I have all the ingredients in my head of what will be in the well, it's not really 1.0, but it's somewhere after. And the problem always was bringing that into a coherent shape. And I'm talking mostly about the regions. And there are many ways you could approach this. The simplest way would basically be throwing the other region into the run pool, and then the path would be generated in these 2 regions that are adjacent, and sometimes it would completely lie in one region, other times in the other, and the last third of the time probably somewhere in between them. But I think that's pretty lame. So that's not how it's going to work. It will be the game will contain its linear its linear nature, but and there will be some choices, because yeah, I don't want this to be purely a run simulator. And I have some thoughts on how to arrange them. The best thoughts yet And yeah, I'll have to figure out the details, of course. But yeah. So that's cool. So I wrote a couple of pages of ideas. And then I'm also working on the time plan. Is that the word? On the next release, which is the next region. When I will be able to release that. And for that I kind of need the greater picture. Uh-oh. But yeah, depending on how fast I am with the second region. Because I haven't done a region with all the techniques clear at the start, which I have now. Because creating the region I have now was always a back and forth. Trying to find a good layout for the play space, and also the visual of how everything looks. So that took longer, but I mean, with more expertise also come more requirements. So it might take longer just because I'm more picky. But yeah, what should go ahead of all of this is a concept. So I have a couple of ideas. First of all, there are 3 regions to choose from, and it should probably look very different from this one, but they all do, so that doesn't help. And what I also need is a kind of a what do I call this? It's not a plot, it's not a setting, it's somewhere in between that ties all the regions together. And I also have ideas for that. But yeah, they are still unfinished, but they don't have to be completely fleshed out to be in the game. So that's the thing. The overall structure of the game allows for there to be gaps that I can fill in later. So I can actually move pretty fast, but I should have an idea of where I'm going. Of course. Can I? Yeah. Yeah, so that's a trick for you. You can push boulders across traps. They get destroyed. And yeah, don't wait for spiders to come to you. That's another trick. So yeah, I don't want to make the game too easy, but on the other hand, the changes I did, this is basically just the first part of the game. And it would have to be easier in the future for you to reach the second part. Otherwise, yeah, nobody will reach the latter half of the game if it's this hard in the beginning already. So I'll probably smoothen the ramp once the second region is in, and I'll also shorten the length of the paths. So there will always be paths, but there will be areas that are open, like open world, not large areas, but little hubs that have a theme. So the core will always be these runs, and they will exist in all regions. But what happens between the regions and what happens at these what happens between and what happens in the runs will get more varied. That's basically the plan. And yeah, I really want to start work on the second region. But I mean, let's actually I probably need 2 weeks to have a playable shape. And then another 2 weeks for the interiors and the buildings. And then another week or 2 for polish and for variations in the terrain, so that is not super lame. So it should be awesome. I'm not sure if I want it to be what are the words? So I'm talking about the regions. I'm not sure if I want them to be or I want them to have eye catchers, or if I want them to be just a backdrop. Wait, did I came here? No. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out, but the themes are relatively clear. Because I've had them for one and a half years now, I think. So yeah. Great. So yeah, that's the plan. Well, it's not a plan. It's a outline of what's to come. But yeah, a region will take me probably a month or a month and a half. And yeah, in the meantime, I've been doing shorts. And I even tried one with voiceover. But it's so time consuming that I'm not sure I'll be able to do it on a regular basis. And all that changed really was that, so in the analytics, is that I didn't get as much dislikes from, I guess, people that don't understand what they're looking at or just don't like it for some reason, which is fair. But that went down to 0, the dislikes. But the views didn't increase. Actually, they were just half of what I usually get with these shorts. What's that? Dude. Okay. What did I put in the description? More traps. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I had a couple of things. So the traps are currently just spikes, which do a bit of damage and then poison you. But I had other traps, but they were pretty bad. Oh yeah, blinding trap. I didn't like the blindness trap or blinding trap for some reason. But I'll try and add a teleportation trap. It shouldn't be too hard, but it might be bad as well in the gameplay. So yeah, let's try that. First of all, let's turn the music back on. And close this. Oh yeah, I have to update the numbers. Numbers. That is 94 wish lists and 159 sales. So yeah, those are the numbers. And let's look at teleportation traps. But before that, let's increase the monster ramp, I guess. Back to where it was. This was 25. Yeah. Increase monster ramp slightly again. Okay. So teleportation traps. Or we could add the holes on the stones that drop you into a dungeon. I think that's actually, yeah, that's much more fun. Let's do that. So the problem is game. Oh, pushable. Nice. Okay, I already solved it. Yeah, because I need another object. Can't be a boulder. But the boulder... Damage color. Okay, that's nothing. Let's look into nav. What is this doing? Oh, this is pushing stuff from the outside. So this should actually be if pushable. How did I write that? Great. That was in, wasn't it in entities? Nope. Okay, this needs to be exported. Okay. And then I can use it here. If pushable, then default continue. Oh, this is complicated. Okay, I mean, this is okay. But yeah, I lost this. So what this does is the port. That's actually the entrance code. So if I move into a wall standing on an entrance, it checks the other side of the wall for these objects, and if they are there, then you can't pass. But if there's something that's pushable on the other side, then it'll push it instead and return. And yeah, I need to do the check here. If so, these are just entrance and hidden entrance and locked entrance. And this needs to be negative. It's not, and it's not that, and it's not that. Continue. That should still work. Let me, oh yeah, there's one right there. Looks fine. Let's take a boulder, put it right there. Oh, that's bad, I think. Yep. Remove the entrance. Okay. So there's a boulder. I'm dragging it while I go outside. And now I've pushed it. And I think it worked differently before. So if I push and it's 0, then return 0. Yeah, it should still... So if I push it, this falls through, but then... I will need to call this again. Because the boulder's now gone, then I need the new entity at the position, which is then the entrance. So now I should be able to just walk through with the boulder there. Okay, that boulder's gone. Yep. Okay. And if I remove the entrance, there's no going in. Okay. That actually reminds me. There was a bad entrance. Let me go there. In that I think it was not connected, or it was yeah, it had difficulty deciding whether to go up or to go down. But this is weird. Why does it have these problems? I mean, it works fine now, which is even more concerning. But yeah, last time, so why I wrote this down, I was in here, did the puzzle, and then for some reason I couldn't exit. And when I finally could, it put me down here. Which is not ideal. Okay, so was it because monster was down here? Excuse me. Okay, let's just leave that where it is. I still have it in my book. Okay, that was the first step. Let's look for more boulder occurrences and turn them into this pushable test. Okay, that's debug. That's okay. Entities. That's damage color. And there should also be, I mean, everything that's movable should have a damage color for when I jump on it. I think that's brown for these two. Oh no, it's sand color. Okay. Okay. What else? Entity. Yeah, I have that. Wait, there's a second one. Crush. Oh, okay. So let's go into sound. Hit sound. And let's add, where's the chest? Oh, bed and table are already there. Okay, good. Where else? Path. Oh, okay. Pushable. So that's copying prefabs, and it's looking at objects that are already there where it's placing them. And it removes everything that blocks, but not things that are pushable. Which should be fine. Which should be enough to not get locked in. Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready for the new object. And that should be, well, what do I call this? It should basically be a boulder, but when it spawns, it should place a hole underneath it. That if you move the boulder, it will stand on the hole, and then you'll be dropped down. And I'll have to place these statically. Because I need to know where dungeons are to drop you down into. What do I call them? Let's just call them plug or something, because they plug up the hole. Boulders covering a Dungeon entrance. Covering a drop on the ground. And we'll need the drop as well. And maybe let's... Oh, drop may be taken. Nope. That's good. And that will go to portals. And maybe... Well, I don't want to reuse these stairs because I may need them. But... No, I also don't know how they work anymore. So let's make drops into layers below. So we have the plug and the drop. Where do I put them? A drop. Height 0. This will be... Color is basically 0. Oh, yeah. That's the sprite. Color is black. Yeah. And then zeros attack and strength and stuff. Yeah, why I'm not calling it whole? Okay. So let's see. How do the stairs work? Okay, they're not here. They are here. In use. What? Oh. Okay, never mind. Can't look at those. But I can look at the code. Okay, we need stairs down. And we need stomp. Spike, web. Case, hole. And this is hero only. Well, I mean, monsters should also be able to fall down. Yeah. But shouldn't teleport them, which has a fading effect. So if this is the hero, then check if the hero is on the surface, and if there's a way to stand directly underneath, then teleport the player to the other layer. Otherwise, if they are in layer 1 and there's space to go down the layer to layer 0, then do that. And that's basically it. Maybe shake. And fallen. Fallen. Okay, this is the wrong code. There it is. What do I call this? The message. Let's keep it simple. So else, if it's not the hero, I can I can do the same. But not call it teleport, but move. That should be... What am I doing? Position, and then layer 0. Layer 1. So that's the hole. We could test that. Let's try to build this. And let's try to type it right. Initialize ET. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Okay. And let's give this a description of the entity name. Maybe something like this. And let's place a hole somewhere where there's a space. Okay, that's out of bounds. This might actually not be that easy. Here, maybe. Hole. Hole disappeared. That's not exactly what I had in mind. Stomp on. Okay, this is. I think it's just. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So E is the hole, not the hero. Hero position. Hero position. I mean, this should be the same. But it's still. Wait. Is it still teleporting? Oh, this can only ever be the hero. What? No. Okay, that makes more sense. TET. That's temporary entity. So yeah, the hero stomps on this. Not sure why I don't pass in the entity that steps on the other entity. It might have a reason. But I'll have to get it this way. I get the entity at the position. After the hero stomped on it. Or something else. And then, yeah, that should still work. So E.T. is the hero. And then here, this is an enemy. Some kind of entity that stepped on it. Here looks good. This is actually pretty cool. But the hero should disappear instantly. It's good. Going pretty well. How's it going for you? I'm currently adding holes that will drop you in a dungeon below. But I need, so let's save this, because I know where it is. And hide the hero. Good, good. Anna, I saw that in the feature ranking. That's cool. Yeah. I'll add that, and then well, I wanted to push the update today, but yeah, I ran out of time because I need to test it on Windows. So it'll be tomorrow. And yeah, I'll put these holes into the update if they're not completely broken. I don't think so. Teleport. Okay, let's just fake this. Remove. Yeah, let's call this an animation. So wait, should teleport always remove the hero? Hide it. I'm making good progress learning Godot. I'm getting myself into the habit of statically typing everything. Wait, is that a GD script or do they have types? Okay. Yes, kind of like Python, no? Because I used it a little bit, but not much. Inspired heavily by Python. That's cool. Didn't know it had types. Yeah, the only thing that I remember is it being really slow for what I wanted to do with it, but yeah. Might be totally fine for you. Yeah, I tried to write the tessellation code for an early iteration of this game in GD script, and that was just, yeah, much too slow. But that was also, yeah, an enormous amount of computation. So let's hero flags invisibility. Without the shake, it might be good. It's pretty good, but why does it take a turn? Okay. These holes are really, they are devious. Yeah, I can imagine it's not super well optimized. You can work in C# as well, which is maybe faster. Really not sure. I completed a good chunk of CS50. Thinking of going back and doing CS50P, the Python course. I don't know what I'm talking about actually. No, I think C# is faster. Depends on the runtime probably, but I think it's mono. So it should be faster, yeah. CS50. CS50P. Wait, CS50 is that... From what institution is that? Harvard's open courseware. Oh, okay. I mean, well optimized, I'm not sure. There's probably some leeway there, but the way Python works is inherently slow. It's like a foundational course. Okay. Yeah, I only know the, what is it? I think Stanford on YouTube. But they are pretty cool as well. I just meant do the Python course to help with my GD script coding. I mean, that would probably actually help because they're similar, yeah. That might actually help, yeah. Yeah, but what might help more maybe is if you read other people's GD script code. And what you don't understand, you can just throw into the Google AI, and it could tell you. So maybe that's a more effective approach. Where am I? Okay. The question is, do I even need the boulders? I could just place the holes. Let's see what they look like in other locations. I mean, they are, yeah, they shouldn't be under boulders. And they should definitely not be random, because they should drop you nicely down into a dungeon. That's not that easy. They're super hard to see. But yeah, I think they are a pretty good change or addition. But I need to see them, of course. In the editor. Okay, where was it? Here. Okay, I still don't see them. Why? Let's just place some of them in the world. Okay, that's not going to work. Great. Nothing works. Oh, here maybe. Well, that's just the entrance. Sad. I think I have that, yeah. Great, all water. Maybe here. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. And yeah, I should maybe I should maybe crush whatever I'm landing on. So to make this easier. Because the problem is all the monsters underneath are still updated. So they will wander around. So it's no use if I place the hole not on the skeleton, because the skeleton will move around. And it should actually then not allow you to enter the place. There's something underneath, which is not that great. So yeah, let's see how that plays out. For example, here, yeah, this is the best location. But it's on a skeleton. Okay. I mean, I could extend the dungeon a bit. It's awfully cramped anyways. And then I can place a hole right there. Move this a bit out of the way. And then that should work. That's also a good place. And this is, okay. That's water. That's lucky for the player. So they don't get dropped in the middle of a spider nest. And actually it's pretty hard to place. This would be possible. Let's do it here and drop this wall. Okay. Oh, but this whole thing this whole thing is a problem actually. So stupid. If you can enter a dungeon that normally has only one entrance and one exit, then you can enter from the back and run to the front and exit, which means basically jailbroken the path, and now you're in an open world game. Yeah, so this doesn't work. This does not work if I don't remove the entrances. If I remove the entrances, then you're forever stuck in that dungeon. Well, that sucks actually. Ethan, how's it going? I'm currently adding holes that you can fall into. and land in dungeons, but I realized I can't reuse the dungeons I have for that, because you could escape the path. Doing good. I've been touching some grass yesterday, which was needed. So gotta make whole new ones. Yeah, I mean that's the only way, but even then, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Because I can't predict where the path goes. So yeah, this dungeon comes in here. If I make a new one, let's say I drop a hole right there, then it has to exit on the same patch. Basically here. Or even better here. Because I can only guarantee... Yeah, I can only guarantee that this patch is in the game. All 3 adjacent patches are optional. So you fall in here. And then... oh, I could make it one-way exits. So... you have the dungeon. That's the dungeon now. You fall in here. And then you have an exit. But the exit is one way. So it's not visible from the outside. That could work. So you come out here. And it looks just like that. There's no entrance. What's the current statistics? They are there. 1500 wish lists and 159 sales. So it slowed down quite a bit, the sales. I think that's to do with the discount running out, of course. And just generally how things go. But yeah, I'm working on bringing that up again. So yeah, this is the only way this could work. But I mean, it's actually kind of cool. Gives you a reason to jump in there. It's scarier than the normal entrances because you can't go back out. But of course this is much more work than I thought it would be. And yeah, maybe not the right time. Mm-hmm. Great. Entity. Let's remove them for now. But they could actually be really cool mechanic. In the future. Okay. Sorry, I missed your replies. My partner said me she's gone to the Philippines for a work thing. But I got business class flight. Oh, nice. Fancy hotel. Plane had a bar and a bed for her to sleep in. Okay, that sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, I can't remember. I've been speaking two languages on and off, and I'm losing track on how to spell. My reply, my reply is these are the stats, and yeah, it's been not sure if it's that's 159 actually. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, that's super awesome. And they've slowed down a bit the sales, but still it's awesome because the discount ran out, of course. But yeah, I'm doing shorts every day, all day. The video of the run that I uploaded did pretty well. Comparison to all the other videos. Yeah, and still climbing. And yeah, that's the extent of my marketing right now. Is shorts and streaming videos. And yeah. Actually, I read the Steam documentation, and when I release the game properly, I get another of these launch visibility rounds, as they call it. So they will push the game on Steam when it releases. And then I have a couple of update visibility rounds that I can use as well when I have a bigger update. So there's ways to push. But yeah, the most important is still the second region, which I hopefully can start fairly soon, maybe next week. And yeah, I kind of figured out how the game will be played with multiple regions. And yeah, so there's not much stopping me from putting in more regions. But yeah, that'll take time. Okay, so no hidden holes that you can fall into. For now, at least. Not today. Oh yeah, also the demo went through the review, so I'll release that tomorrow alongside the update. The next one. So tomorrow is pretty packed as well with all the testing. But what was the other thing? Oh, teleportation traps. Well, that would have been the holes. A cool variant of that. But for holes, for the if I add the little bespoke dungeons, I would need at least 20 of them or more. Yeah, 20 maybe at least. And that's a lot of work. Has the game's income become livable, meaning you don't have to dip into your savings for a month? Yeah. So I have about 1 month of, well, almost 1 month of income. So yeah, I might dip into the savings a little, but this month is pretty much covered. So that's awesome. Of course, Valve pays out a month after, so it's more complicated. But yeah, they take their time, which is fine, which is understandable. So it's not on my bank account in, what is it, tomorrow. That's the dream. Yeah. APKR. That's the dream. Yeah. Okay, what else do we have? We could do in an hour or so. Don's Boys sent me. Who's Don's Boys? Or am I not thinking straight? Rimmons, he's been in chat before. Creator of Notepad++. Ah, alright, cool. Send my regards. Let's look at the to-do list. Thanks. Okay. Okay, a big one is add place names. This is one I actually want to do next, but it'll take a little bit more time. And I'm not sure if I want to do this on stream. Yeah, because I need peace and quiet. Not that you're loud, but I just need not to be on camera. And keep, yeah. And then detect when a hero has stepped onto a patch. Oh yeah, removing path stones. I'm not sure about that one. That's just an idea. Remove stat potions and make them buffing shrines. A throwable potion. Add static readables. So yeah, these are all in flux. Not the holes that drop you into dungeons, but they are now as well. Spawn traps. Yeah, these are all just not that meaningful. Place locked chests in the dungeons. But I'm well happy for you, dude. The last 5 months has been great seeing the game being made. Thanks. If you know, we've got another few decades of iteration, yeah. Yep, I'll be old and grey at 1.0 release. Just kidding, of course. But it'll feel that way, probably. Make enemies leave behind, add rats. All of some interior rooms. Yeah, these are all getting pretty work intensive. So yeah, but place names will probably be just little areas that have a name. So I won't give everything a name, but special locations will get a little label that just comes up. That can then be the jumping off point for further lore, even in other regions. So yeah, that will be one of the next things that will really bring the lore into the game. And then of course static readables, so that you have letters or notebooks or books in the in static locations in the world. So if you wanted to have read them all, you'd need to visit the whole world in the runs. And those two things will be the foundation of the lore. And then yeah, throwable potion will also be something that well, I'm still thinking about it, because they are kind of awkward. I mean, it could be set everything on fire, but or it could be freeze everything, the usual. Could be a bit more exotic, like poison all undead or something, or destroy all undead. But I still, I'll have to try it out. I'm not sure if this is fun to use. because, I mean, these are all AoE attacks, but there are not that many enemies on screen, on screen at a time, so. So yeah, the next things are really big things. And hopefully I can finish a couple of these a week. And I really want to work on the second region. I can show it to you actually, if you want to. Might be spoilers, but there's not much to see. It's not spoilers. It's a barren land. Okay. So yeah, actually this is it. So if you look at the minimap, basically the upper half is the current play area. Everything that's below as here is unfinished. Yeah, an unfinished region, which looks like this currently. So it's all just a bit of elevation and a lot of nothingness. But with some locations in mind, so it's not completely empty. But you can see it's very square compared to the game. So all these extremely long edges have to be broken up. And yeah, there need to be variations on the underground textures. Then it will need new props, a whole new set of props, and of course a whole new set of monsters. But it's there. It's there in some kind of form. And this is the, yeah, this is probably region number 2. Maybe. And then to the left of that is, of course, another region. Okay, that's quite big. A whole other region. Similarly, this one's pretty flat, so this might be a problem. Certainly one I haven't thought through all the way yet. But that's another region. That's region number 3. The order is to be determined, so they will be cut off from each other. So you probably won't be walking from one into the other. And then, yeah, this is the 4th one. So there's much cleaning up to do. And yeah, much finding of themes and monsters. But I mean, yeah, I probably need around 2 months for each of these. of straight work time. That's barring everything else. So it'll be a while. But yeah, so that it looks like this in the end. Or similar to this. And I mean, actually, I've changed the enemy scaling again. So let's just do a test run, because I need to release this tomorrow. And yeah, it doesn't hurt. To get in one more run. Exterm. Okay. Because I have the famous OBS sound delay. That makes it a bit awkward. But yeah, I did 10 runs yesterday. And I finished the game at run 8. So I think it was a bit too easy after the changes I did. So I made it a bit harder again. But it should still be pretty hard. I was using every trick in the book to get to the end. Um, 35, 49%. So yeah, I said it at the beginning of stream. But I've added +1 weapons that drop in the latter part of the game. So you are forced to go into the dungeons to update your gear from +0 to +1. That improved, yeah, that one gripe I had, that you don't need to go into the dungeons if you're super well equipped. Well, you didn't have to. Now you're forced to. Again. In the latter half of the game. So I think that's a good change, but of course it made the game easier if you have a +1 weapon. So I made weapons drop with a decreased durability. so that your +1 weapons don't last as long. And that should kind of even it out. But the game might actually now be a bit easier. But that's okay, because it is intended to be easier in the future. At least this first part, because there will be a second one after it. So yeah, I won't split the difficulty of the game across the 2 regions, but I will make the ramp a bit softer. Just because there's all this extra space. And hopefully things to do, which I'm working on. I'm working on adding, well, it's not really side content, but side content. That will be more of a less stressful, but yeah, more lore oriented. But not this. This won't become an RPG. Fully fledged one. It will have parts of it, of course, but wait, wasn't I here? It won't become. What's a good example? Won't become Baldur's Gate. Okay, I'm confused. Oh, okay. Okay, even more confused. I think I've been here. Like 3 times, maybe. But I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. I've been here. Then this is the path, maybe. Who knows? I think I was here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's close. So I wasn't walking backwards. That's good. Yeah, the RNG is playing tricks on me. Or has been when I was testing the game yesterday. There was a period where I always rolled the highest roll for like 5 times in a row. At least where I noticed it. I think it was in one streak. I always think that everything's broken. Or that for, I think, 5 runs in a row, the first chest I opened was always empty. But the code is pretty simple, and that wouldn't make sense. So yeah. That's what I noticed. I also had one run where I almost died from starvation because I didn't find any food. Of course, I only started looking once I was starving, so I could have missed a couple. But yeah, I still survived with potions. You can actually get surprisingly far with the starvation damage and still and drinking potions to stay alive. So yeah, if you have 1 or 2 potions, there should actually be no place where you should starve. If you're careful. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll release the update. I need to test it on Windows, of course, and Ubuntu. Same for the demo. I can send push notification. Is it push notifications? Not sure. I can send a notification to all wishlist owners that there's a demo available. But and I have to send that short time after the demo released. But I'm not sure if people still buy games on Steam they're not discounted. I mean, I'm sure some people do. The majority probably is not. But yeah, let's see what happens. I'll just release it. Yeah, I don't have time to min-max the marketing. Great. If I actually want the game to get finished. I'll go to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Oh god. Oh yeah, there was a it's not a typo, but this said arrows instead of thrown, which is funny because there's no arrows in the game. But yeah, I changed that. Let's look at what's going on in the socials. Is there any bug reports? Nope. Wait, I thought there was bow and arrows. No, I took it out. A while ago. Before release. The problem with the bow and arrow is that you have to have arrows everywhere, but there's a chance you'll never find a bow. So that's kind of awkward. In that you need two things. And I've been thinking about making removing arrows, bringing in the bow, and having an extra item that's a quiver. And the quiver then has a lot of arrows in it. That would make more sense. But having stacks of 2 or 3 arrows everywhere is kind of weird. For now, at least. I just need to find a way to bring it in cleanly. So that it's not confusing and it's not cluttering up the game. Anything else I should know on the internet? Don't think so. Yeah, but the video of the run that I uploaded is doing pretty good. Didn't expect that. Still climbing. Climbing. So that's cool. Yeah. So this is actually more. This has become the update rating room. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Actually, yeah, I should. Would be nice to have a second PC for swapping to Windows when I need to do testing after I've packaged up a release, but that's complete overkill. But I'm still struggling to manage the bringing streams and making a release into a coherent form, because I do need, before I push something live, I need to test it on Windows. But I can't program on Windows. I can't make the release on Windows, but I have to test it on Windows. Which is, yeah. It is what it is. I'll just have to juggle those two things. I think you said before about doing some devlog or update style videos, 30 minutes or less, I think you said before. Oh yeah, I have this actually on my, oh god. Okay, it's a bit dirty. On my piece of paper here. Yeah, so that I make 5-minute update videos on the, when I push an update. That's what I'll do, yeah. Yeah, it might just be my timing that I always have a release ready or a release announced when I also have a stream announced. That might be the problem. Yeah, but I'll make a short video for the update, and it won't be cinema quality, but I'll do my best. But I mean, you could take a whole day for a 5-minute video, but I'd rather take 1 hour. Or I mean, the ideal would be 5 minutes for a 5-minute video, but that's pretty hard without it being shitty. But that would be the ideal. Uh-oh. That I sit down, open the game, open OBS, and then talk for 5 minutes, and then it's done. Okay, I need food. There's food. Oh, should eat the food. But yeah, to explain the features features of the update, I would need to show a couple of things. So I would need to record a couple of clips and stitch them together, and then do the voiceover, and that takes time. And I mean, I'm sure it gets easier the more you do it. Then there are also all the things like audio volume balance, all the stupid FFmpeg timecode shenanigans, loudness, normalization, voice compression, then timing of the clips to what you say, possibly even an intro screen, then intro music bed underneath your voice. That's just, yeah, it's a whole lot. And yeah, I mean, every time I do something like that, I'm not working on the game, of course. Which is, yeah, can be frustrating. But I'm still learning. Still learning to see what's worth it and what is not. So, it will be a bit chaotic for the next couple of weeks. But, not that it hasn't been. But yeah, I hope it'll get better. Okay, a third into the run. It's looking quite promising. Okay, keys there. Oh, can just drink that. Not sure what the lizards are doing in the houses. I mean, that's fine. Gotta peace out and walk the dog. We'll catch you later or tomorrow if you're live. Good one, buddy. Thanks, Ethan. Thanks for stopping by. Have a nice walk. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I won't be streaming much longer today, but I'll be back tomorrow. So, see you then if you have time. Okay. But yeah, I think I'll release a... this is still some ways away, but I'll release a teaser for the next region once I have the look of it. And one or two polished places in it. Well, should be 3 or 4 actually. And I think that's that would be pretty cool and give people something to look forward to, most of all. But that'll take time. Okay, I need to drop something. Let's drop the daggers. Oh, Jesus. Zombie party. Thankfully, I have a shield. Oh, one thing I changed as well is I moved basically all chests into the dungeons. So previously there might have been chests in the huts, but they are mostly gone. Could have missed some. Don't think so. Great. So what that means is you basically only find good gear in the underworld. Oh. That was close. I could use a health potion. There's some food and potion. Nope. Okay. Not looking good. Oh. Looking pretty bad, actually. Okay, that actually is the way. Nothing there. Yeah, one thing I don't like about the ground color change is that you can see these traps much better. But yeah, that's okay. I still step into them from time to time. Okay, that might have been bad as well. Let's wait here again. Oh. And what is going on? Oh, great. Drank my medicine. Be nice. Okay, nothing. Great. I'm not paying attention. Oh, okay, funny. Placed all these secrets in one day and I can't remember most of them. So it's pretty fun to play for me as well, actually. Let's run away. Oh, not doing a good job at running away. But I'm still alive. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, messed that up. Thought I'd be clever. So yeah, mammoths are super scary. Great. I almost crap my pants when I see one, and they are strong. But yeah, didn't see one yet. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it from me. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably in the evening. I'll update the schedule tonight. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for buying the game. Thanks for playing the game. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow evening probably, or afternoon. That's my time. So same time or later. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.